Where are we, Claire?
We're in Manchester.
Yeah, and something happened here in 1976.
I'm Andy, and this is my wife Claire. When I'm not teaching guitar, we're out in our motorhome, St Chris II, travelling the country. I'm on a mission to take Claire to some of the most important places in guitar music history. There's just one small problem. She really doesn't like guitar music. She does, however, like cafes, food, and a bit of history. So that's the deal. We'd love you to come along for the ride.
Right, today we are going to go into Manchester city centre because there is a really interesting story that originates from there. Now, I could do 100 different stories about music in Manchester to tell you about. I'm sure you'll be interested about it, but I mean, there's so many bands from Manchester. Think of like Hollies, 10cc.
Take that.
People come past this building and they just walk past. They don't even think about what it is. But in 1976, there was a concert that happened here, and only about 40 people turned up.
Oh, small concert then.
Only small, but do you know what? It changed the course of music history. Have you ever heard of Howard Devoto and Peter Shelley?
Nope, never heard of them.
They're the guys that organised the concert.
Right.
Now, they weren't music promoters, they were just fans.
Okay.
And they decided that they were going to put a gig on at this. Now, not being very good music promoters, that's why it weren't really well attended. But this gig ended up being probably the most important gig for Manchester ever.
What, in that building?
Yeah. Look at this architecture.
Yeah,
I've never
love that.
really done much. I've been here on nights out and things, but look at that building. What's that?
I don't know, but it's awesome, isn't it? Look at the
it's
building
really
in
good.
front of us. Can you see the little lions at the top?
Oh yeah. Do you want to know what the band was that they booked?
Oh, so those two men weren't in the band?
No.
Right.
They were just fans.
Okay.
But they found a band from London and they wanted to put them on here. And the
Right, from
band,
London?
yeah, the
Right.
band in 1976 were the Sex Pistols. You've heard of the Sex
yeah,
Pistols?
I have, yeah.
I'd imagine this is posh. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
The Midland. Is this an expensive one?
I would imagine it's very expensive.
I would.
I like it here.
Well, you would do. Do you know anybody that were in the Sex Pistols then?
Well, is that Johnny Rotten?
Johnny Rotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real person.
No. Well, interestingly enough, when they booked them,
Yeah.
this was before. Have you heard of Anarchy in the UK? The song.
No.
What? But when they got booked for this gig, it was before that had even come out. So they hadn't really broke. They were making a few waves, but they hadn't got all that stuff out. Okay?
Okay.
Hence, again, why not that many people actually went to it.
Oh,
So you're probably wondering-
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you're probably
okay.
wondering, well, this isn't much of a story, Andy. No. Right, so I'm going to tell you what people said of this gig, of the Sex Pistols
Oh,
that
yeah,
came
right,
up.
okay.
They
So
said
it was
that
the Sex Pistols' first gig?
Sex Pistols. No, it weren't the first gig. It was just a gig up here that
Oh,
they did,
okay,
not
right,
the
yeah.
first gig. But apparently it were really messy. You couldn't really get vocals. Sound were bad. There were no polish, no professionalism. They didn't do an encore. They didn't even attempt to impress anybody.
Oh, right.
Now there's some footage and you can watch it on YouTube of it. And somebody bought it, the footage. It's off a 8mm camera, you know, like a
Wow.
cine camera. And they paid 15 grand for it.
What, for the footage?
Yeah, and then somebody put it on YouTube. Hey, look at this.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some really fancy restaurants here. I think we're in the posh section.
You're probably wondering, where are we going with all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it so important? Well, apart from the Sex Pistols being here, which is like quite cool
Yeah.
when you know what happened, it were the people, the 40 people in the audience that made the difference. So the reason for that is because Howard Devoto and Peter Shelley, can you remember?
that's
who
them two
were-
guys you told me about.
The two guys
Yeah.
that did it. Have you heard of a band called Buzzcocks?
I've heard of a TV programme.
Never mind the Buzzcocks.
With Mark Lamar, is it?
Yeah, well, that's probably where that came from because they were part of it all.
Okay.
So, but they formed the Buzzcocks straight after it, and the reason why is because everybody were in this crowd looking at Sex Pistols. They come from London, and because they didn't really put much effort into it, it sounded a bit raw. They all went, Well, I could do that.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Buzzcocks ended up being a big band. That were in the immediate after effect of doing that gig.
Is there anybody in the Buzzcocks I know?
Have you heard of Bernard Sumner?
Oh, yeah, I think I have.
Have you?
I don't know what it is though.
Are you thinking of Sting, Gordon Sumner?
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah. What
Possibly.
about Peter Hook?
Peter Hook. Was that Peter Pan? That old pub there looks great.
The Perival of the Peak. Look at this.
I like pubs like that.
It's like in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Look at
Yeah.
this. Just in the middle.
I bet that's brilliant.
This is your type of pub, isn't it, Claire?
Yeah.
But look at this architecture all the way around. I feel like we're in an American city.
Yeah, I really like it.
No, it's one of them cities that you got to look up everywhere. Perival of the Peak.
Is it still
It's-
open? Lights are on.
You know, you could have. What, do you want to go in? You would, you do,
I would,
don't
yeah.
you?
I think maybe they came into this pub for a drink afterwards.
Oh,
Those people who said,
what, into the Perival of the Peak?
Yeah.
Maybe. Look at this. What a boozer. Joy Division, New Order.
oh no, I do know these bands.
Do you know any songs?
Love will tear us apart.
So think about that. Only 40 people there, but members of
Oh, I see what you're
Buzzcocks,
saying to me now.
Joy
They were
Division,
there.
and New Order. We're
But
at
they
this
weren't
gig.
New Order then, though, were they?
No,
Not
got
right.
Joy
Okay.
Division first,
Right.
then New Order. That's quite remarkable.
Yeah.
And all because they thought, well, we could do that.
Is that basically what happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also in the crowd were, I think you were about 17 at the time,
Yeah.
but he was quite an opinionated young man.
Right.
And he fancied himself as a bit of a journalist. He weren't professional,
Right.
but I think he did a bit of a write-up on it. But his second name was Morrissey, and that's where he later became known as.
Oh right, Neil Morrissey.
No.
Sorry, I'm joking. You mean that singer guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take me out tonight, where there's music and there's people who are young and alive. Try.
So you were also there.
No
yeah,
way.
That's true. Now this is where it starts to get a bit woolly because
Is
there's
this story true?
yeah, this is absolutely true. It's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you think? Well, look, there's some big trucks here.
The
They're loading the
Bridgewater
stuff.
Hall. What's that?
Bridgewater Hall. I wonder whose truck that is. Shall we find out? Symphonic
London Symphonic
Rock Orchestra.
Orchestra. Wow. Okay, so there's quite a lot of people at this concert then.
Driving in your car, I never want to go home because I haven't got one anymore. Take me out tonight because I want to see people and I want to see lights.
So there are a book written about this gig,
Yeah.
and then there were a documentary as well.
Right.
And it gets a little bit hazy because they started to, you know, everybody knew that it were influential because of all these bands, but then there were other people that did something in music
Yeah.
that came from Manchester, and they started going, oh yeah, I went to that one. They didn't automatically think it, but there were actually 2 gigs. And one of them were in June and the other one were in July. The second one that they organised, it were better attended.
Okay.
But, so some people think that they were at this original gig, but that might not necessarily be true. but another person that were there, which is a little bit
Someone
maybe
else?
not as obvious. Nick Hucknall.
Simply Red.
Yeah.
I know him. Yeah, oh yeah, he's from Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was there as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure can be right.
It's totally true. Some murals. Look at these stairs. I wonder what's up here. Shall we have a look?
Yeah. Looks trendy up here. Looks like my kind
Oh,
of
look.
place.
Live music this way.
Oh yeah, let's go up here then. Should we get a nice cup of coffee somewhere?
I would love a cup of coffee, Claire. Good call. Oh, look, it's Manchester Radio.
That's cool in there, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Such a creative city, innit?
I like that about it. I like that. It's quite a cool space, isn't it? Really funky.
Well, you could argue that all of this
Yeah?
is because of that one event.
That one event?
Yeah. It sounds remarkable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that was the catalyst of it all.
You're really bigging up that event.
But it's true. Hey, look at that. Like a New York skyline.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
It's supposed to be all trendy and that up here. It looks short.
Yeah.
It is trendy, but it's
But
like
shut.
it's trendy in a shut kind of way.
By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. The way I feel about you now.
What's happening here?
Oh, I don't know. Let's go and
Ooh.
have a look.
Hey Claire, we found a TV production. Shall we go and have a look?
Yeah, they might know us.
Outside Vivian Westwood. Wonder if they need any extras for work. Ooh. Hey, look there. It's like a real production.
Right. Perfect.
I want to see what happens
I want to
here.
see somebody famous rocks up.
Look at all that gear compared to mine. Who's this? All these people, this is why they cost so much.
Does it
If-
really need all those people?
Well, we've just
It's a
got a
bit
little
over the
camera, haven't we?
Isn't it? It's a bit OTT.
We've just stumbled across somewhere I've always wanted to stay.
Have you really?
Yeah, Gotham Hotel, I think.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You've never told me that before.
Well, there's a lot of things I don't tell you, Claire, but about 800 quid a night. I wonder if Vivian Westwood coming out. Now, Vivian Westwood actually fits into our little story. We've been talking to some of these crew, but interestingly enough, even the crew, some of the crew don't know what they're working on,
Unless he's just not saying.
unless they're not saying. But Claire's asked if Brad Pitt's going to come out, and we got to know Brad Pitt's not coming
Just
out.
to see if it was somebody mega famous. Tom Cruise or someone.
No.
Oh, look there.
Is that today?
Yeah. Yes.
Vivian Westwood actually fits into our little story.
Really?
Yeah, because she was married, although I think not officially, to Malcolm McLaren. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, he was in a band called, was it called Yes?
No. He wa-
X? Oh, I don't know.
No, he was a promoter and he was the manager of Sex Pistols.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, well, what are you thinking of?
I don't know, but Malcolm McLaren did a song.
Let's go into Coffee Lab, shall we?
Yeah.
You got to watch out for trams here. So that's what happened on that night. Pretty impressive, do you not think? Are you interested yet?
I think it's interesting that all these people happen to be in the same place at the same time, and that's pretty much about it, because she said the concert was a bit rubbish.
You know some of these songs though, surely? Thanks, mate. So I wanted to come here to tell you about this story because I thought it was mega interesting. But do you know one thing that's blown me away about Manchester?
What?
is just how beautiful it is. It's like, I'm not really fussed about cities.
Except this one.
This one's like, it's just, I think it's stunning the way that it's like old and new. Only city I can think that's like this, New York.
Drinking in the morning sun, blinking in the morning sun, shaking off the heavy.
Coffee Lab's fantastic.
Yeah, really nice.
If you want like, beautiful sandwiches that are drenched in olive oil in a good
Yeah.
way, then go there. In the 80s, it all started to get a bit more organised, this music scene.
Yeah.
And there were a record company called Factory Records that formed.
Okay,
Have you
yeah.
heard of them?
I think I might have done, yeah.
Well, they signed some people that you might have done. New Order, Joy Division, you know them.
Know them.
Happy Mondays.
I definitely know them.
What songs did they sing?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also, who else did they do? James.
All sit down.
Yeah. We all used to sit down in the nightclub
Yeah.
to that one, wasn't it? It's a little
Okay.
bit like Sweet Caroline of the day.
Wah. Yeah.
Factory Records were really interesting because they'd label everything like a catalogue. So everything had like a number. So the club night would be FAC for like factory, 1.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah. And then in 1982 they opened Hacienda nightclub.
Yeah, now I know that. I've heard of that.
Well, Factory Records had a part ownership in that. And that also had its own number. That were FAC 51.
51.
Yeah. And at Hacienda, they used to have bands on. So Happy
Yeah.
Mondays, they were like part of the fabric of it. And then you got New Order, they'd also play. But as time went on, it became more about your style of music. I'm sure you've heard of the Hacienda nightclub.
Yeah, I want to go.
So what type of music do you really listen to,
Really
Claire?
like dancey house music.
Did you ever go to Hacienda?
No, but I really wanted to.
Because it were kind of our era, weren't it?
Yeah, it was definitely my scene.
Yeah. And that's what happened.
Okay.
So that opened up, but as time went on, it became like a place where bands could go, but it were more about these club nights.
DJs.
Yeah.
Famous DJs used to go.
So it started to become like its own scene, and people had come to Manchester not just to see a band, but to actually see the scene and be a part of it.
Yeah.
So the Hacienda, although you go and see New Order sometimes, or you might go and see Happy Mondays, eventually it got where people just went because the reason to go was the crowd.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone to see a band.
No,
No.
but you would have gone for a club night.
Yeah.
After seeing a FAC 1 poster somewhere.
Yeah.
You go to FAC 51.
It's funny now you say that, but I think I've seen those posters.
Have you?
Now you say it, yeah, I do.
And that's how Manchester then went on through the 80s and early 90s. Stone Roses.
Oh, big Manchester
obviously,
band. Yeah.
big Manchester band. They've had a big reunion.
Yep.
But you could see that there were a changeover. So from this gig where it spurred all these people to start making their own music, then it started to turn to acid house and more
Stuff I like.
dance things, which is your favourite thing.
It is, yeah.
And incidentally, it's my worst nightmare. I can't stand it.
Dance while the record spins.
The Southport Caravan Show from Harrison Holidays. Over 50 new and pre-owned models to view from just $19,999. That was
All sorts of different stuff going off around here. People caring for pigeons and security guards giving Scarborough warning out to people. Maybe
People
it's
getting told off, are they? Oh yeah, she's got a pigeon in a tea cloth. I've never
Wait,
seen
just-
anybody pick up a pigeon and put it in a tea towel. Have you?
No.
That's what she's carrying it off somewhere.
I think they're trying to help them. I don't think they're doing anything bad. But I'm really like scratching my brain to see how we link this to Manchester in the 90s. And by the time the 90s came around,
Yeah.
things were a little bit different. And there were a massive Manchester band hit the scene in the 90s. You must know who these are.
Watch the
They went up to Glasgow because the gigs weren't as good down here, I guess. And everybody's seen it and they're like old guard from that time where, well, that were the best scene.
Okay, yeah.
But a band called Oasis.
That beat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. The way I feel about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. And all the lights that light the way.
So by early 90s, you know, Manchester, can you remember it being called
Yeah,
Manchester?
yeah, I
That
do actually.
Manchester scene. Well, it burned hot and fast,
Yeah.
and it kind of like burned itself out on its own success. So by that time, people were a little bit fatigued about the Manchester movement, and then there were the old gatekeepers that wanted things to stay as they were and
Yeah.
not bring anything new in. So, like, the infrastructure of it all started to crumble down a bit.
Okay.
You know, there weren't as many places to play, but people weren't as interested in new bands. But as I said, Oasis came on the scene. But that meant that Manchester itself wasn't the breeding ground that it used to be for supporting new talent. But like, the talent was still here. And that's why Oasis had to travel all the way up to Glasgow to a
Okay.
place called King Tut's, and it was like a famous gig. That's where they got signed up. They didn't get signed in Manchester.
Right.
And a person called Alan McGee, who owned Creation Records, well, he went to that gig and he signed them.
Well, did you happen just to see them then?
I think he did. There's a big whole story about that. Maybe we'll do that another
Okay.
time. And that's what happened. And then all of a sudden, Manchester were back on the map because of this band, Oasis.
Because of the Oasis.
And Noel Gallagher said they were going to be bigger than anybody else.
Do you think that's true?
But I remember when Oasis broke and they were everywhere. I was around music, I was trying to hone my craft as a guitarist,
Yeah.
and style of music that I were into weren't like Oasis. Mine were more, I suppose, old style 1980s guitar, which were a bit more technical.
Okay, yeah.
And then you go somewhere and there'd be a group of people,
Yeah.
and they'd be, oh, you play guitar? Yeah, what can you play? And you'd like do your most technical thing that you can come up with. And then people would go, right? And then somebody would come in and do a really bad version of Wonderwall, and everybody would proclaim that they were the best guitarists I've ever seen.
Well, that does happen, I guess, doesn't it?
It does. So, but they're really, and that's where, can you remember where people start changing their hairstyles?
What, to be like Gallagher's?
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
got them.
I
Yeah.
do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what happened. I'm just walking down here. Wow. I think actually we're just being targeted by somebody going nuts.
Quite bushy then, Richard.
It's a bit of a crazy place, isn't it?
We're bad people, aren't we? Dog lovers are not signing it. She's telling everybody.
Right, okay. So anyway, that's a little interjection. Here I am talking about Gallagher haircuts, and then I've got somebody giving me the moral high ground on dogs, but there you go. That's Manchester for you. Okay. But yeah, can you remember where they got the... Oh, have you
Yeah,
got something to say?
Well, did you have that haircut? That's what I want to know.
I didn't have that haircut.
Did you not?
No. You did though, I've seen pictures of it. And that is true actually. Well, you were a child, you had a bit of a Gallagher haircut, didn't you?
I had a mullet when I was about 13. It was awful time.
I mean, to be fair, Claire, we could say that you were before your time. Hey?
Maybe Liam Gallagher saw me somewhere when we were children. Thought, I
That's
want
it,
hair
yeah.
like that.
I think for our lifetime,
Yeah.
in our generation, that were the very point about 1995,
Right. You're quite precise there.
but that's before things started to change in a weird way, I think.
Oh, okay.
They were like the last bit of common sense. So this little area in Manchester, this were in 1996,
Yep.
the scene of a real big tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
And this postbox actually survived quite a big explosion. I
Right,
think
let's
people are
have a
here
look.
having a tour of it and looking. But this was it.
They stood around it, are they? Talking
Yeah.
about it.
So that happened around the time that all this Oasis thing were going off. In 1996, Oasis played Nebworth. Can you remember that gig?
Yes, no, I do remember the pictures of that because it was like
Oh,
blew me away.
colossal. 250,000
People.
people.
Wow, that's a
I
lot,
mean,
isn't
that's a big gig by any stretch of imagination, isn't it? It just goes to show just like how much of the mainstream population Oasis have managed to capture as an audience base.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
that's massive, isn't it?
Huge.
Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all,
So because Oasis were not only big here in the UK but also worldwide,
Yeah.
and because really, let's be honest, I think Gallagher brothers are probably the most Mancunian people that's ever been.
It's still.
Everybody wanted to know where they were from. So I suppose like around the time that Oasis came out, you just had Madonna, Vogue, Michael Jackson, everything were like polished
liked him.
acts. And then, you know, there's a rough group of lads from industrial
Yeah.
towns that had come out, and everybody were intrigued by it because it was like the opposite of what they'd been consuming.
Bit unusual, really, wasn't it?
Like, at the time, yeah. It's just like we were talking about it the other day, weren't we? You know, like our girls were horrifiers by getting the tightest clothes that were ever
Yeah, not good.
invented. And now you look and it's baggy. Everybody's buying baggy stuff. We keep coming across these, don't we?
Yeah.
And this is apparently a really famous one. I've just Googled it, literally outside here to see what a chop
Yeah.
house is. Apparently, this is one of the most famous ones. Look at that for a building. So a chop house is a traditional British pub restaurant known for serving hearty classic dishes like thick-cut chops, steaks and puddings.
Yummy.
It's a bit like a brewer's fair, but from Victorian times. Look at that, a Victorian brewer's fair. Wow.
Now, Andrew, it does corned beef hash. I love corned beef hash.
Do you know, I forgot that it actually existed.
We've not had that for years, have we?
No. Well, maybe we should try that another time. It's so intertwined, is Manchester. So we're outside this chop house.
Yeah.
I've just been looking at that, and there's a guy in the window, says Northern, and that's Tony Wilson. And Tony Wilson
Yeah.
was one of the founders of Factory Records.
There you go, then. Wow.
There's the link.
Yeah.
oh, Sally can't wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. Her soul
So that were the resurgence of the Manchester scene, but then I think in 2009 they had a bit of a spat over a guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah, I think one of them had bought him a guitar, one other one a guitar, and then there was this big argument, and that was the end of Oasis. And they were no more. And both brothers obviously went their own way.
Yeah.
You've seen Noel Gallagher actually, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've never seen either of them.
I've seen Noel, yeah.
But you really enjoyed him, didn't you?
High Flying Birds, brilliant, yeah.
And you saw him at Tramlines Festival.
Sheffield, I did, yeah, very good. He seemed to just stand there.
Yeah, they always did
But
that.
he had got like a presence, even though he was just stood. He didn't really do anything, he just stood.
Yeah. They've
Yeah.
always been like that, haven't they? But the fans really, really wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
Liam really wanted it to happen. Noel said absolutely no way will it ever happen. But then he decided to do it. And they
Yeah.
announced that they were going to do some gigs. Now, I'm not sure if that coincided with his hefty divorce that he got, but...
Dunno.
And that's where we come back full circle to the Free Trade Hall,
Well,
where we
here we
started.
are.
So this tour that they did, imagine just from this little gig where we started, and you can kind of trace it all the way through to this, can't you?
Yeah.
So that tour, Live 25, it were estimated that it made £940 million, more than that for the UK economy, from ticket sales,
940?
travel, hospitality. And it all came really from where it started here at that little gig. Don't you think that's absolutely crazy?
Yeah, mental.
And it's just brought Manchester back onto the map again for music. It's a really proud city, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
So that concludes my tour of Manchester. We're going to head back to the motorhome now. What do you think?
I've really enjoyed it actually.
Have you learnt stuff?
I've learned a lot of stuff that I thought might be a bit dull, but actually it was fantastic and I quite enjoyed it.
We are back in the motorhome. We've had a very interesting Uber ride on the way home. We chose a series of lanes that I wouldn't have chosen, or the sat-nav.
The wrong lane, you mean?
It's been exciting though. Did you notice that we went around Heaton Park?
No?
Oh, well, we did. We went around Heaton Park, and that was where Oasis did their big reunion concert round here. So, yeah, I'm glad that you were there for that. What did you think of today's story? Don't you think it were interesting?
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah.
It's like mind-blowing that one gig just exploded into all that, don't you think? And think about this. You know, if that happened there and we walked round it, if I hadn't have told you about that, you'd have never known, would you?
No, I wouldn't have known, that's
So
true.
imagine how many other places around UK there are where I could tell you stories like this. We'll catch you next time.